Hello, I'm here with Terence Mayhue, the Assistant Director of Bands at McKendree University and the Percussion and Jazz Ensembles Director. He will be judging the percussion and vocalists at the New Deal Battle of the Bands. So, Terence, tell us a little bit about your musical experience, performance-wise and teaching-wise.
I'm a percussionist at trade, but I also play guitar and sing vocals. I've performed in numerous different types of ensembles over the last 20 years. I've had some regional tours. I've done some Midwestern tours as well. I play in everything from jazz to rock to fusion to funk. I've performed with several orchestras in the regional area, as well as I also do a lot of arranging and writing for combos and smaller rock ensembles as well. My main interest is the commercial music, even though I do like traditional style of music or concert literature. I am mainly focused on the commercial side of things, as I'm the jazz director here at McKendree.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you get plenty of experience with all genres and stuff like that, and perform and teach just about anything, really.
Yeah. In a standard year, I book about 85 gigs. That's in addition to teaching full time at a university. 85 different commercial gigs, and those will vary from. Like I said, from straight up rock and roll gigs to street jazz gigs or orchestral gigs. I pretty much run the gamut of everything, as well as I also work in a studio up in Decatur and Champaign. I'm the studio percussionist at a place called Third Stone Productions, and I'll be there. I'll do maybe 6 or 7 sit downs with them, and a sit down is 3 or 4 days where we'll just churn out an entire album of like a demo or something like that. So I get a chance to do a lot of in the studio work as well.
Okay. So, last question. When you're judging these bands and the percussionists and the vocalists in particular, what kind of stuff will you be looking for? What kind of criteria will you be looking at to see who the better performers are? Just to let some of our participants know.
Right. Well, talking about percussion first, I think the first and foremost job of the percussionist is to be able to control tempo and feel. They have to be able to make me feel as though that they have complete control over the time, as well as the form of the selections. Making sure that they're cueing different areas, and also the energy. A lot of energy from the band comes from the percussionist, the drummer. They have to be first off functional. They can't be playing for their ego. They have to be playing for the music itself. So it's not always about a lot of flashy notes. It's about functionality of their playing. So I'm really looking for the effectiveness of their playing. For vocalists, I'm looking for the emotive quality, in their singing. It's not just words that we're saying. It has some type of attachment to some type of emotion, whether it's a silly emotion or something very serious. It has some type of emotive quality. I'm looking for their control. I'm looking for stage presence. I'm looking for their ability to not just sing obviously pitch accurate and rhythmically accurate. They'll be able to command themselves appropriately on stage and be able to command not just your audience but also your ensemble and control the energy and where it goes. So I'm looking for style. I'm looking for accuracy, and I'm looking for presence on stage.
All right, cool. Well, there you have it, Assistant Director of Bands, Terence Mayhue. I'm here with Kurt Brewer, the instructor of guitar at McKendree University. Kurt will be the guitar and bass judge at the New Deal Battle of the Bands. So, Kurt, tell us a little bit about your performing and teaching experience in music.
I've been playing for about 14 years. And throughout those years, I've tried tackling as many genres as possible. Rock, blues, country, soul, Motown, funk, you name it, I gave it a try. And that permeates throughout my educational process too, where I teach all those different genres, and relate them all to the basic fact that it's all still just music.
Cool. So plenty of experience, the ability to judge all different kinds of bands when they come and perform at this show. So when you're looking at the guitarists and bassists, what kind of things will you be looking for on the night of the performance to find the performers that stand out?
For any musician, it's important to know their role. If it is your turn to solo, you need to make sure that you're present. You know, that you can hear what we're trying to examine and make the most prominent. But when it's not your turn up to bat, you know, you need to take a step back and make sure that you're supporting whoever is the most important melody at the point. Rhythm guitar is king. 95% of the song you're playing rhythm, so it's more important to have a good rhythm player than it is to have a good lead player. And on top of that, going along the same lines of knowing your role, it's knowing the appropriate style of music that you're trying to play. So if you're trying to play a funk tune, it's not as appropriate to sound like you're trying to play jazz, or if you're playing a country thing, it's not as appropriate trying to sound like a bluegrass player, or I guess more a funk line or whatever. You just got to know your role and know the kind of music that you're trying to portray.
All right, cool. Well, there you have it. Kurt Brewer, instructor of guitar, McKendree.